Check 1 2 3. Test 1 2. Check 1 2 3. And good afternoon, and welcome to the Spartan Southern Classic in Lexington County Baseball Stadium here in Lexington, South Carolina. As Case Western Reserve University, 6-6 on the year, will be the visiting team for the second game of the day today, and will be taking on Western New England, 2-1 on the year. A little bit of a late start as our early game went a little bit late between Roger Williams and Trinity University. Roger Williams on their way back home. Trinity just getting started here. They'll face Case Western Reserve tomorrow, but it was a 17-3 win, I believe, for Trinity. As I mute myself on my own computer here as we get set to get going. But the two teams are ready to take the field here for the game, and it'll be a rematch of yesterday's contest, a 2-0 win for Western New England. And we'll see what happens here today. Western New England will have their ace on the mound, Bob Hamill, the lefty. We'll tell you about him in just a sec, but first the batting order for Case Western Reserve University. Again, 6-6 on the season and 2-3 so far here at the Spartan Southern Classic. Rocco Maw, the second baseman, leading things off. He'll be followed by Jake Ryan in left field. Jacob Kusha, the third baseman, hits third, and Tyler Wipazinski batting fourth. Benjamin Stawicki batting fifth for the Spartans. Trey Armstrong back in the lineup. The designated hitter will bat sixth. Cole Jarrett, the right fielder, seventh. Samuel Neal, the center fielder, eighth. And Jacob Lott, the shortstop, bats ninth. Nick Denovi, the freshman on the hill today for the Spartans. And we will tell you a little bit more about him in the bottom of the inning. Defensively for Western New England, Joe Casella gets the start at first. Second baseman is Kevin Johnson. The shortstop is Alex Laparco, and the third baseman is Sebi Grignano. In the outfield, left field is Ben LaCroix, center fielder is Eric LeCaire, and the right fielder is Neil Velasquez. Doing the catching is Brian Valeriano, and on the mound is Bob Hamill, the lefty. Hamill making his third start of the season through the first 4 games of the year for Western New England. No record, but he's pitched well, an 0.69 ERA, and starts off Rocco Maw with a fastball outside, and the count goes to 1-0. Hamill holding opponents to 235 average. He's gone 13 innings and given up just 12 hits, 4 runs, only one of them earned. Down and in there, and it's 2-0 on Maw. He struck out 9 and walked only 2, and so a really nice start to the season for Hamill. Behind in the count here, 2-0. Maw takes that for a called strike, 2-1. You can see a lot of movement on that fastball for Hamill. Hamill, the senior lefty out of Southwick, Massachusetts. 6'1", 190. Behind in the count here, 2-1. Maw swings, hits in the air, deep towards right field, but should be playable out there. Backing up and making the catch is Velasquez for the out, 1 gone. So Maw retired. And with 1 out now, coming to the plate will be Jake Ryan. Ryan hitting at .347 on the season, 17 of 49. Leads the team with those 17 hits. Also tied for the team lead with 12 runs batted in. First pitch to Ryan. Fastball, cranks it foul. And the count goes to 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. Hit in the air, deep towards right field, chasing Velasquez back. He looks up, and it's out of here. Apo Taco put the chain around Jake Ryan's neck, and the Spartans take a 1-0 lead on the solo home run by Ryan to right field. Second home run of the season for Jake Ryan, and I was talking with head coach Matt Englander about him, and he said that, really Ryan's power spot on the field is to that opposite field. And we've seen that in full force here so far at the Spartan Southern Classic, where he has hit a couple of long doubles deep into the gap in right center, and this time clears the wall in right. So the solo home run gives Case Western Reserve the early 1-0 lead. Good for the Spartans to get on the board after a frustrating day at the plate yesterday, as Jacob Kusha comes up and takes the first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. Now the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. good to see some of the teams from the first game sticking around for a little bit. So that misses outside, 2-1. Roger Williams, I believe, heading home today, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like they're all showered up and ready to get on the bus ride home. 2-1. Chopper hit towards short. Fielded there by Leparco, but his throw won't be in time. Skips it in the dirt, and Kusha beats it out for an infield single. I think Leparco took his time a little bit too much on that one. It's a slow roller, and Kusha, with good speed, able to beat it out. So a runner on at first with one away. Tyler Whippazinski now to the plate. That ball hit in the air down the line in right field, but fouling out of play. They were shading Whippazinski in the outfield to pull. Let's see if that changes at all here. Looks like the outfield for the Golden Bears still shifted towards left against Whippazinski, who's hitting at .244 on the year. 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. Ground ball hit up towards the middle. Diving stop made by the shortstop for one. On to first, double play. Boy, what a double play turned by Leparco there. That one had base hit written all over it, and not only did Leparco stop that one from going through into center field, but he turns 2 on it. 6-4-3, the double play, and that will end the first inning. But the Spartans take the lead on a solo home run by Jake Ryan. And we will move into the bottom of the first inning. Western New England coming to bat. And let's go ahead and get you that batting order for the Golden Bears. Alex Leparco, the shortstop, set to lead things off. He'll be followed by Eric LeCaire. Joe Casella playing first base and batting third, and then Ben LaCroix, the left fielder, in the cleanup spot. Brian Valeriano catching and batting fifth. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Neil Velasquez. Designated hitter Ben Harrison getting his first appearance of the season. He'll be hitting seventh and be the DH today. Kevin Johnson playing second base and batting eighth, and then Sebi Grignano, the third baseman, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Spartans, Benjamin Stawicki back at first base today. The second baseman is Rocco Moss. Shortstop is Jacob Lott, and the third baseman is Jacob Kusha, who's had a fantastic defensive effort at third base all trip long. In the outfield, left fielder is Jake Ryan, center fielder is Samuel Neal, and the right fielder will be Cole Jarrett, who's back out there after an off day yesterday. Doing the catching is Tyler Whippazinski, and on the mound is Nick Denovi, the freshman left-handed pitcher. Denovi on the season, 1-1 with a 3.24 ERA through 3 starts. He's thrown 16 2/3 innings, giving up 15 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. He has struck out 13 and walked 5, and opponents hitting just .246 against Denovi this season. Denovi made the start on Monday against Oglethorpe. Picked up the win in the game. Maybe not his best effort, but a pretty good start for him. Very effective against the Stormy Petrels. In between innings, a long conversation going on between the head coach for Western New England, Dan Gomez, and the 2 umpires. Not sure what that was about. We'll see if it has any effect as the game continues on here. Meanwhile, for Denovi, he'll face the top of the order in Leparco, LeCaire, and Casella. Righty, lefty stacked up against the freshman lefty who delivers his first pitch of the game. On the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Leparco hitting at .200 on the year. 4th game of the season for Western New England, so limited at bats for all of these hitters so far. Swings and misses at that one, and the count goes to 0-2. Leparco, 2 hits and 10 at-bats, both singles. He's driven in 1 run. Does have 3 walks. His on-base percentage is over .400. 3 walks and 10 at-bats will do that for you. Up high there, so the count goes to 1-2. Important outing here for Denovi. Trying to lead the team after A loss yesterday as the pitch swung on and missed at. Throw down to first in time for the out, and there's one gone. So Novi strikes out Leparco. First batter of the game retired, and that will bring up the center fielder, Eric LeCaire. LeCaire 2 for 7 on the year and hitting a .286. Both of his hits singles, and he has 1 run batted in. Fouls off the first pitch, and the count goes to 0-1 on LeCaire. Now the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. One to nothing. Spartans leading. Bottom of the first is the 1-1 up high from DeNovi. 2-1. Two-one from DeNovi. Swing and a miss. He ramped up on the fastball there and got a big hack from LeCaire, and the count goes to 2-2. DeNovi out of Naples, Florida, the freshman from Barron Collier High School. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed that. Strike 3. Whippazinski again throws down and gets the out, and there are 2 retired. Well, DeNovi has done a good job here early, getting a few swings and misses of that breaking ball in the dirt. We'll see if Western New England starts to make some adjustments. As Joe Casella steps up, hitting a .333 on the season. Lefty-lefty matchup as DeNovi rocks and delivers. First pitch fastball, little outside, 1-0. 2 outs, base is empty, back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for DeNovi. Is 1-0. Lifted in the air, left field, deep but playable for Ryan. He's underneath it in front of the warning track, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So DeNovi a 1-2-3 first, in case Western Reserve will carry a 1-0 lead into the second inning. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Stewicki, Armstrong, and Jarrett due up when we return. Five, 6, and 7 in the order for Case Western Reserve with a 1-0 lead for the Spartans. Benjamin Stewicki steps up, hitting at .333 on the year. Hamill delivers his first pitch of the inning. The lefty serves one up outside, and the count goes to 1-0 on Stewicki. Stewicki 3 for 3 yesterday. Also was hit by a pitch, so was on base 4 times in the game. Lines that one foul. Nothing hit particularly hard. It was one-liner into left field. Then had a loop single into shallow right center. Hit a ball down the line at third. They was able to beat out at first for a single. The 1-1. Chops that foul. 1-2. But Stewicki starting to pick things up a bit here at the plate after a little bit of a slow start during his sophomore season. Stawicki out of Aurora, Ohio. Hit over 400 last year as he came on to be a major factor for the team late in the season. That one taken for a ball, just missed by a little bit, and that's one of those that if the catcher sticks that might be a strike 3 call, but ticked off the glove of the catcher behind the plate, Brian Valeriano, and gets called the ball 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Sam Burgess, the home plate umpire for the game today, and Pollard out in the field. Full count on Benjamin Stawicki, the first baseman for the Spartans, as Hamill delivers the 3-2. Taken for a called strike 3. Too good to look at with 2 strikes there if you're Stawicki, and that's the first out of the inning. So 1 gone now. That'll bring up Trey Armstrong hitting at .258 on the season. Trey 8 for 31 on the year with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Getting back in the lineup today is the team's DH. First pitch to Trey with 1 out. Hits it hard to short. Backhanded there by Leparco. Picks it up on a hop. Airmails the throw. And it goes all the way back to the dugout. Armstrong won't be able to move up. It'll go as an E6 on the play. Well, that's one where Leparco makes that backhand clean. He's got a little bit more time to throw to get Armstrong going down to first base, but once that ticked off his glove, he was able to recover fairly quickly, but then had to rush the throw. And it sailed over the head of the first baseman, Casella. So 1 on, 1 away. Batter at the plate now is Cole Jarrett. Jarrett tops one down the line. Foul. So Trey Armstrong on base. By the way, Trey's father here in attendance today, Clarence Armstrong, drove down from Charlotte, where he was one of the officials for the Duke basketball game yesterday in the ACC championship. It's good to have Clarence here. I believe he's headed back up that way tonight, although not on the game. Charlotte's not too far from here. I believe only about an hour or so away. About 90 minutes, says Chris Thompson, our PA announcer and resident Google Maps expert. The 0-1, throw down to first. You always want to be careful with lefties, and, you know, that may be a little bit of a deke move there. You want to see what Hamill offers, because sometimes you'll see a lefty come with that soft pickoff move and then come with one right after that's a little harder. You see Trey being careful over at first, leaning back as Hamill delivers. That ball swung on, grounded, backhanded by Leparco, goes to short, and it pulls him off the bag, and everybody is safe. The base actually came off of its moorings there. Slide a little softer next time, Trey. Jeez. We'll try to get that back in. It'll go as an infield hit. And it's now first and second with 1 away. Well, Leparco has had some opportunities here early on. He's made a few nice plays. That was one of them. Almost got an out on it. Now, though, it's first and second, 1 away, and that will bring up Sam Neal. Ground ball to first. Could be 2 if they hurry. Over to second for 1, and that throw goes into left field. Coming around to score is Armstrong, and it's 2-0. Case Western Reserve with the lead. An unearned run brings across a run. No RBI on that play for Neal. And the Spartans now lead 2-0. Still just 1 out. Runners on at first and second, and Jacob Lott will be the batter. Called strike, and the count goes to 0-1. 2 errors in the inning for Western New England. In theory, they should be out of this inning already. Instead, first and second, 1 away. 1 run in already. Runners will go. The pitch swung on, grounded towards short. Going to be a tough play for Leparco. Has to throw on the run. and gets it there just in time. The runners were moving on that play, although the way Leparco had a charge on that one, the only play he would have had would have been to first anyway. So second and third now with 2 away. Back to the top of the order, and Rocco Mall will have a chance to drive in some runs. It has been an up and down spring break trip so far for Rocco. Has some good games, had some bad games. We'll see if he can pick up a big hit here. The big hit was what was missing yesterday for this Case Western Reserve team as Mall fouls that one back. Rocco had a few opportunities and just couldn't quite cash in. I believe came up twice with the bases loaded in the game, once with the team down 1, and then I believe again in the 8th with the team down 2, and could not cash in either time. See if he can turn the tide here. 0 for 1 in the day, and now hitting a .271 on the season. The 0-1 to Ma. Inside, and it hit him. So that will load up the bases. Well, again, we saw this yesterday for this Case Western Reserve team where they could not get the big hits when they needed them. This is an early test to see if they can reverse that tide. Bases are loaded. Ma at first, Neal at second, Jarrett at third. The batter will be Jake Ryan, who hit his second home run of the season his last time up, a solo shot over the wall in right field. Base hit here could be even more productive than that. It's up and out for a ball, 1-0. So Ryan ahead in the count. Hamill from the third base side of the rubber delivers. Up and out, 2-0. Well, if you're Ryan here, the way he has swung the bat this season, you're not taking any pitches down the middle. He will be very active here, 2-0, potentially even if the count goes to 3-0, especially after hitting the home run earlier. Fouls that one back. 2-1. You could tell Hamill's got good movement on that fastball. Kind of slings it in. That pitch will dance a little bit on you at the plate. 2-1 now to Ryan. Swings, chopper down the third base side, foul, 2-2. Hamill a strike away from getting out of the inning without any further damage. Two and two away, bases loaded. The Spartans with a chance to really put some distance here early on. Ryan at the plate awaits the 2-2. Catcher sets up inside. Here's the pitch. Ryan swings and misses, strike 3. And that will end the inning. So Hamill, his defense failing him a bit with 2 errors in the inning, but limits the damage to just the 1 run. We'll move along into the bottom of the second inning. In Case Western Reserve, with a run in each of the first 2, takes a 2-0 lead into the frame. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Western New England. LaCroix, Valeriano, and Velasquez when we return. Ben LaCroix set to lead things off here against Nick Denovi. Retired the side in order in the first with a pair of strikeouts. LaCroix hitting at .222. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Western New England yesterday won the game 2-0, but didn't exactly produce a ton of hits. They finished the game with just 4 hits. They did draw 6 walks, and that made a huge difference. That one just misses. Looked like a slider there from Denovi. 1-1. Denovi, early on in his career, slotted into that number 2 spot in the Spartans' rotation. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. And while Matt Levine, who began the year really as the team's 3rd starter, has now moved up into that number 1 spot, Denovi is held tight in that 2nd spot in the rotation. And important as fastball there, little inside. Denovi thought he had it, but it's called a ball. 2-2. Starting to get really next weekend into your 4-game weekend sets, and you're going to have to figure out that rotation. Out in front, lines that one into shallow right. Jarrett there and makes the catch. 1 gone. 4 straight retired to start the game for Denovi. Batter now will be Brian Valeriano. Valeriano yesterday, nice game, I believe. A couple of hits. I think 2 of the team's 4 hits in the game, was on base a handful of times. Scored the first run of the game. Takes that for a called strike. Look good on the base paths, too. He's hitting at .273 on the season. Thought he called a good game yesterday as well. Out in front of that one, lines it foul, but you can tell he's feeling it at the plate right now. Behind in the count, though, 0-2 to Denovi, who's already gotten a few batters fishing at a curveball in the dirt. Let's see what he comes with here. 0-2. Popped up behind home plate. I believe that was into foul territory, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that was Tyler Wipazinski's mom who did the old duck and cover maneuver. By the way, while Denise Wipazinski was ducking and covering, her husband was just sitting there watching. What's going on down there? Denise, of course, the one of the team moms this year, and does a great job with all of that. Yesterday, it was, I believe, her charge to go get about 35 rotisserie chickens for the team. Valeriano fouls that one back, so the count stays at 1-2. Popped up again, fouling out of play, and this time Denise scatters as she clears away from that one. Good little at-bat brewing here. Valeriano fell behind 0-2, but has drawn a ball and then fouled off back-to-back pitches. The 1-2 hits that one foul. So making Denovi work after he's been pretty efficient so far. Denovi, you could tell, back out on the hill. He's ready to throw. It's one of the great things when you watch Nick Denovi pitch. He gets that ball and he wants to deliver it right away. The 1-2. In the dirt, swung on and missed at strike 3. Wipazinski will have to complete another one down at first, but does so successfully. And there are 2 gone. 3rd strikeout of the game, and they've all come on that breaking ball in the dirt for Denovi. So Denovi now, looking to retire his 6th straight batter, faces Neil Velasquez, who's looking for his first hit of the year. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-1. Velasquez 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts to start his season, making his third start of the season. The 0-1 on the outside corner, 0-2. And if you're DeNovi here, bases empty, 0-2 count. Gotta imagine he's skipping another curveball in the dirt, trying to get him to fish at it. He was. That one hung up a little bit. Velasquez gets a piece of it, chopping it over to short, throw on to first, in time for the out. And that ends the inning. Another 1-2-3 frame. 6 straight retired to start the day for DeNovi. We'll move along into the third. Heart of the order for the Spartans due up. Kusha, Wipazinski, and Stawicki when we return. Welcome back once again. As Case Western Reserve University with a 2-0 lead. Jacob Kusha leading things off. An infield hit his first time up. Takes that outside for a ball, 1-0. Kusha's average up to 356. He's had a nice spring break trip. The 1-0 on the way. He hits that in the air, rocks it deep into left center field. That'll be over the head of the center fielder and down on the warning track. Kusha turns the corner at first. He'll pull into second and stop there with a leadoff double. But Jacob Kusha, really swinging a nice bat lately, is on with the leadoff double. And a chance now for the Spartans to add on here with Tyler Wipazinski coming to the plate. Wipazinski batting with a runner on at second. He came up in the first inning, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Hit a ball hard up the middle, but a fantastic play by Leparco, the shortstop, began that double play. First pitch to Whip. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. Keep an eye on Hamill here. Not sure if that one slipped out of his hands, but looked a little uncomfortable after that last pitch as he bounced off the mound. The 1-0. Came back with that curve, and it catches the outside corner, 1-1. Now the 1-1 on the way. Fastball, line drive, foul down the third base side. Said it a few times, Wipazinski's timing at the plate has been a little bit off this week. He's gotten some pitches to hit, but has been a little bit out on front of a few of them. We saw that again there. See what he could do here, 1-2 with nobody out. Down and out for a ball, 2-2. Whip has always been a guy who has heated up as the year has gone on. We saw that from him last year, where he was hitting, I believe, below 200 until about the halfway point of the season, and then finished as, again, one of the team's top hitters. The senior awaits the 2-2 from Hamill. Outside, full count, 3-2. Benjamin Stawicki out on deck. So Hamill has allowed 2 runs in this game, a solo home run and then a run that scored on an error. 3-2 pitch on the way. Pickoff attempt to second, and diving back in is Kusha. Not a bad decision there if you're Western New England. Make sure that Kusha isn't trying to take any liberties here, 3-2 with a lefty on the mound. Now to the plate. And called strike 3. That was a perfect placement on that pitch. Looked on the lower inside corner of the strike zone. And Kusha down looking. Pardon me, that was Wipazinski down looking. And we'll bring up Benjamin Stawicki with 1 out and a runner on at second. Stawicki struck out looking his first time up. One of 3 strikeout victims today for Hamill. First pitch from Hamill to Stawicki. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. Top of the 3rd inning, the Spartans have a 2-0 lead. Here's the 1-0. Got something, I thought something to hit there, but it's taken for a ball, 2-0. Might have dipped a little down off that lower outside corner. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball low, 3-0. See if Stawicki is taking here, 3-0. It's an RBI opportunity, so if he gets a pitch to swing at, let's see if he takes a cut. 3-0, 1 away. Hamill delivers. On the inside corner. That one broke back in over that outside corner. Looked to be maybe a 2-seamer there from Hamill that looked like it was headed towards Stawicki's knees and then just cut back in over the inside corner of the plate. So 3-1 now on Stawicki. Swings, lines that one. Shallow right field. Dropping quickly. It's in for a base hit. They'll wave Kusha around as it gets past the right fielder. Pulling into second base is Stawicki. And the Spartans add on to their lead. It's now 3-0. So Stawicki reaches on the base hit. And again, the defense not helping out Hamill here today. Stawicki on at second, and Trey Armstrong, who reached on one of 3 Western New England errors, now steps up to the plate, takes a called first strike, 0-1. See if Trey Armstrong can add one on. The Spartans have scored a single run in each of the first 3 innings. A little outside, 1-1 to Armstrong, a .250 hitter on the year. Armstrong grounded one to short his last time up. The shortstop Leparco backhanded it. It popped up out of his glove. He recovered quickly and then airmailed the throw to first. Armstrong a little off on that one, flies it out into shallow right. Coming over as the center fielder, making the catch in center field is LeCaire. And back at second after initially tagging is Stawicki for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone now, and Cole Jarrett will be the batter. Jarrett singled his first time up. RBI opportunity for the freshman Jarrett, who's batting at .286 on the year. First pitch. Breaking ball in the outside corner for a called strike. Hamill, the second time through the order, has tried to throw that backdoor curve a number of times. Called strike, 0-2. One and two. Stawicki at second, 2 away. 50th pitch of the game coming up for Hamill. Comes with 2 outs, the 1-2 on the way to Jarrett. Swung on, grounded softly, back to the pitcher. No, it'll go off his foot, they said. So Jarrett fouls that one off his foot. Count remains 1-2. Jarrett settles back in. Hamill delivers another 1-2. Rocks and throws. Ties him up on the inside fastball. No. Ooh. Called a ball, 2-2. He tried to come back with the same pitch that he got Whippazinski on 3-2, and I thought that was going to be strike 3. Instead, 2-2, 2 away. See if Jarrett can take advantage of the opportunity here. 2-2, 2 away, runner at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pops it up behind home plate. Charging in. And it'll land in fair territory as no one took control of that one. That'll go as an error on the play on the first baseman. Coming in to score is Stawicki. It was a fair ball, and I think looked pretty clear that it was a fair ball from up here. I think there's some argument coming here from the dugout, but I thought pretty clearly that landed in fair territory. I guess what they're saying is that it bounced foul and he never touched it. But I thought he touched it. So another run comes across. It's 4-0. As that one taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Fourth error of the game there for Western New England, their second of the inning. Pickoff attempt at first. Jarrett dashes back. Sam Neal at the plate, hitting at .302 on the season. 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice, but reached on an error his last time up. Pitch taken for a strike. Jarrett trying to steal, and he's thrown out. Caught stealing, 2-6 on the caught stealing. And that will end the inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, no one left on base. But the Spartans now take a 4-0 lead as we move into the bottom of the third. It will be the bottom of the order for Western New England. Harrison, Johnson, and Grignano due up when we return. First pitch of the inning by Denovi popped up foul and out of play by the designated hitter, Ben Harrison, who's getting his first bat of the season here in the game today. 0-1 count. Denovi, 26 pitches to start the inning. He's retired all 6 batters he's faced so far. Fastball, little inside, 1-1. Ben Harrison, a freshman out of Newton, Connecticut, so making his collegiate debut here today. Listed as a catcher. 6'2", 205 pounds. The 1-1. Fastball there for a strike. It's 1-2. And this is where Denovi has been so good today, getting ahead in the count and then drilling that curve in the dirt. Comes with it again there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Whippazinski completes the play at first base. By the way, I'd like to point out now that is the 4th strikeout of the game for Denovi, and Whippazinski's had to throw down to first on all of them, and it tells you that this Western New England team has been fishing at that curveball in the dirt, and it probably tells you how good that pitch today has been for Denovi. But until any member of the team proves they could do something with it, he's probably just going to keep going back to the well as Kevin Johnson comes up and takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. But what sets that up for Denovi is that really 2 things. First of all, he hasn't allowed a base runner yet, so you're a little bit more willing to plant that ball in the dirt, be willing to give up maybe a wild pitch when you don't have base runners to deal with. That one misses low, and it's 2-0. The second point, and this one not necessarily proving true in this at-bat, but Denovi has consistently been ahead in counts, and that also allows you to throw a pitch out of the strike zone. That one topped in foul territory. Whippazinski picks it up, and the count goes to 2-1. But yeah, when you're ahead in the count, 0-2, 1-2, you certainly have an opportunity to break off a curveball. And that curveball has been sharp today. Strike 2, 2-2. Fastball, liner into shallow center. Back is Ma, and he can't make the grab, and it drops in for the first hit of the game for Western New England and the first base runner of the game for the Golden Bears as Kevin Johnson reaches. So runner on now, and they'll bring up Sebi Grignano. Grignano, takes that for a ball, 1-0. 9-hitter in the lineup. Spartans at double play depth in the infield with a runner on first and 1 away. Fastball for a called strike, 1-1. Ball's popped up in the infield. Ma calls everyone off, fading back, battling the wind, and makes the catch. Wind has been a little treacherous there in the infield the last inning or so. But Ma handles it, and there are 2 away. First pitch taken for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Alex Leparco. 4-0, Case Western Reserve leading. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Spartans. That one popped up. Foul territory. Looks like it's playable for Whippazinski. He struggles but makes the catch for the out. And that will end the inning. So Denovi allows his first base runner of the day. It's a base hit by Kevin Johnson, but works around it And we'll move along into the fourth. 4-0, Case Western Reserve leading. 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Neil Lott and Ma due up when we return. Case Western Reserve, a little bit of a different story today, leading 4-0 over Western New England. After yesterday collecting 9 hits in the game but failing to bring a run across the plate. They got to work early in the first with a solo home run by Jake Ryan. Added an unearned run in the second. Scored 2 more in the third and bat here in the fourth with that 4-0 lead. Hamill begins his fourth inning of work with 54 pitches. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Spartans, Neil Lott and Ma. Samuel Neal, 0 for 1 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. That one taken down low, and it's 1-0. Now the 1-0. A lot of movement to that pitch. Almost had the look of a circle change there as it dives back in, 1-1. Not sure if that's a two-seam fastball that he just takes a little bit off of. So that one misses outside, 2-1. Line drive down the line and right, and that'll get down for extra bases. And it's another hit this weekend for Neal. Neal turns the corner at first, still pulling to second with a double. And we'll start the inning there. Second straight inning. The Spartans have led the frame off with a leadoff double. Third double of the season for Neal. And he is in scoring position now for the 9-hitter, Jacob Lott, who will step to the plate here, look down over at third base. Lott, not your typical 9-hitter, so in these situations, while a lot of 9-hitters would typically be bunting, that's not always what he's doing. Let's see if he's bunting here as they cheat him in at third. Takes the first pitch up high for a ball, and it's 1-0. The third baseman, Grignano, was taking a few steps in to guard against the bunt. He's a little bit further back here as the count at 1-0. And it's popped up. Shallow right center. Could be trouble coming in and unable to make the catch in center field is LeCaire. That'll be a base hit, but certainly one that, while troublesome, might have had a chance to get caught there if someone had taken charge in the outfield. And so it'll be first and third. His boy Hamill, his defense today has not done him any favors. So again, not an error, but maybe one that should have been made there. So now Rocco Ma with first and third, and nobody out as Samuel Neal was way down that baseline at third. Neal's got good speed, so if anyone's going to attempt to steal of home on this Case Western Reserve team, it's probably him. And look at this walking lead he's taking here. Not running as that one is bunted by Ma. Back to the mound. The throw to first is not in time. It was a squeeze play, not a suicide squeeze, but a squeeze play, and it'll go as a bunt single for Ma. And we'll bring across the 5th run of the game for the Spartans. Lott goes to second on the play. Neal comes in to score. It's an RBI for Maw. And it's now 5-0, Case Western Reserve leading. 3 straight hits here to start the fourth. And now Jake Ryan to the plate. You could tell something was on there by the way Neal was dancing off that bag at third. As Ryan first pitch swinging, skies one to center. Easier play this time for LeCaire. Makes the grab, one gone. The runners start to go, but will retreat. And Ryan, after homering in the first inning, has made outs in each of his last 2 at-bats. First out here of the 4th inning. And that will bring up Jacob Kusha, who's 2 for 2 today against Hamel. Kusha is single in the first, doubled in the third, scored a run in that inning. First pitch. Curveball outside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 to Kusha. Hamel taking his time, now delivers. Outside, 2-0. Oh. Said earlier that you can tell that DeNovi is doing well because he was pitching so quickly, getting the ball and basically just throwing. I think the opposite is true here for Hamel. You can see he's struggling a little bit right now because he is really taking his time between pitches, especially with runners on. Now to the plate. Inside. Count goes to 3-0. And you'll see that with Kusha. Sometimes a pitcher will take their time, kind of daring the hitter to call that timeout. And Kusha will rarely call it. He'll just stand there and play the game with you. 3-0 now on the way. Called strike, 3-1. So 3-1 the count now with 1 away. Pitch from Hamel. Runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw down to third, not in time. Pardon me, strike 2. Strike 2, not strike 3. But Lott does get the steal there. And that was one Lott stole on the pitcher, Hamel. So 3-2 with 1 away. Payoff pitch on the way from Hamel to Kusha. Nope, he'll throw down to first instead. Lott dancing off that bag at third. Different energy to this Case Western Reserve team than what we saw yesterday. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, ground ball through the hole. Third hit of the game for Kusha. Coming in to score is Lott. And it's now a 6-0 lead for the Spartans. RBI for Kusha. That's his 9th of the year. He's now 3 for 3 in the game today, and Tyler Whippazinski will come up with 2 on and 1 away. Whip 0 for 2 on the day, a grounded into 6-4-3 double play on a hard hit ball up the middle, and struck out looking. No action yet in the bullpen for Western New England, as Whippazinski fouls back the first pitch. Remember, they're just starting their spring break trip. And so, again, with a lot of games and not a lot of days, they're going to be looking to conserve some pitching here. And Hamel may have to get his 100 or so pitches in, whether or not he's effective. Fouled back again by Whippazinski, 0-2. Whip is batting at .234 on the season now with the 0 for 2 today. Now the 0-2. Swung on back to the pitcher. Throws to second for one, on to first. Double play turned. The 1-4-3 double play will get Hamill out of it, but he allows 2 more runs on 4 hits in the 4th. And we will move into the bottom half of the 4th inning with Case Western Reserve leading 6-0. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. LeClaire, Casella, and LaCroix due up for Western New England when we return. Welcome back again. It's Case Western Reserve University with a 6-0 lead as we get set to start the bottom of the 4th. The Spartans have controlled this game pretty much from the start today on a 1-out home run with the bases empty. Second batter of the game, Jake Ryan, and have not looked back since. Nick Denovi's been good, although starts off the batter at the plate. Eric LeClaire with a pair of balls, 2-0. Second time through the lineup here for Denovi, who has allowed just 1 hit. Catches the knees with a strike there, 2-1. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Case Western Reserve. No runs, 1 hit, 4 errors for Western New England. Ground ball foul, 2-2. LeClaire is 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out swinging his first time up on that curve. Let's see how confident Denovi feels here. This might be a high fastball time. Let's see. Nope, came with the curve again, and just getting a piece of it is LeClaire, 2-2. The reason why I say high fastball is that probably everyone in the ballpark thinks that curve in the dirt is coming, and certainly you can always go back to it, but if you throw the high fastball there, chances are you're going to get LeClaire chasing that instead, because you know LeClaire is going to be guarding against the low curve. The 2-2. Fastball, there it is, fouls it back, and the count stays at 2-2 on LeClaire. Denovi has struck out 4, all on curveballs in the dirt. Tyler Whippazinski has had to throw down to first to complete the play each time. 2-2. Fastball inside. Misses by just a little bit, and the count goes full 3-2. Well, again, kind of a confidence check here for Denovi. Do you try to sneak a fastball by, or do you try to throw the curveball again? 3-2, here's the payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. 3-2 looked like maybe a changeup. So LeClaire making DeNovi work here to start the inning. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. DeNovi doesn't have a baseball. Kind of flashes a sign to Whippazinski, holds his glove open, holds his other hand out, says, hey, I don't have my baseball yet. I'm ready to go, but missing something important here. 3-2 on the way. Fastball lifted in the air, center field. Neal over, has a play on it as he's underneath it and makes the catch. And there is one retired. So that baseball seemed to work just fine for DeNovi. One gone now. And Joe Casella will be the batter. Casella now hitting at .300 on the year. He's 3 for 10. Flew out to left field his first time up. There, starts him off with like a slider on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Fastball, little low, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Change up outside corner, strike 2, 1-2. Again, DeNovi on the mound, ready to go. Here's the 1-2. Rocks and delivers. Fastball, just getting a piece of it to stay alive was Casella. Had to protect the inside portion of the plate with 2 strikes. DeNovi came inside fastball. See after that inside fastball if he tries to get Casella reaching for something. 1-2, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt, strike 3. Throw down to first and in time for the out. 5th strikeout of the game and the 5th on a curveball in the dirt by DeNovi. If you're a Case Western Reserve fan, enjoy seeing that for the next 3.5 seasons. It is some kind of a pitch. And this is the best we've seen DeNovi pitch so far this year. He pitched very well against Spalding his first outing, but this is a new level here. Fastball up high for a ball, 1-0. Ben LaCroix the batter. LaCroix 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Here's the 1-0. 1-1, called strike on the outside corner. 2 lefties in the lineup for Western New England bunched together here. Hitting 3 and 4 in their order. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Little bit less of an issue to bunch your like-handed hitters together in a lineup at Division III where teams don't really have the ability to go to a handed specialist, whether it's a lefty or a righty. 1-2, curveball lined into shallow right field and dunked in for a base hit. Well, one of the 2 hits, I should say, that one that DeNovi has allowed, has been when he hasn't buried that curve. And that one he left hanging a little bit high. And again, you're going to start to see batters for Western New England when they get behind in the count sit on that curveball. And so if you're not hitting your spot with it, if that pitch is at all hittable, well, those guys are going to do just what LaCroix did there and just dunk it into the outfield. So if you're going to do that, if you're DeNovi, it's okay to be predictable. Mariano Rivera only threw 1 pitch for 20 years and got 600 saves. So Valeriano fouls back the first pitch 0-1. You can be predictable, but you have to be precise if you're going to be predictable. And there, DeNovi, a little bit of a mistake. Again, he's only allowed 2 hits today, but that's where you really have to make sure if you're throwing that curve, you have to bury it 1-2. Fastball misses up and out, 1-1. Especially once teams have seen that over the course of a game. Foul back, 1-2. Let's see if he learns his lesson here. Listen, especially when you have a 1-2 count, there's some room to work with. There's no reason not to make sure that curveball dips in below the strike zone. And again, if a hitter is concentrating on that curve and concentrating down in the zone, strike zone changes a little. There's a fastball. Good job by DeNovi to mix it up. Ground ball to short. Lott goes the short way with it, gets the out at second, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We move to the fifth. Stawicki, Armstrong, and Jarrett due up when we return for Case Western Reserve, leading 6-0 in this one. Well, 4 solid innings so far on the mound for Nick DeNovi. The Spartans have scored at least a run in all 4 innings at the plate. A new day and a new look for this Case Western Reserve team, which was a little lifeless yesterday. And certainly it's been a different story here so far in this one. 6-0 the score, Case Western Reserve leading. Benjamin Stawicki leading things off. Rockets went into right center field, and that's going to drop in for extra bases. Stawicki rounds the corner at first, pulls into second. It's a double for Stawicki, who's now 2 for 3 today and 5 for his last 6. And first pitch swinging against Hamill. You can see Case Western Reserve has read Hamill well here today and continues to punish him. That's now the 10th hit against Hamill, who had allowed just 12 hits through his first 13 innings of work this season. And Stawicki might have pulled something running the bases there as head coach Matt Englander comes out and Stawicki's going to try to run it off. He seems to be okay. So Stawicki's starting to percolate at the plate. Now has his average up over 350. And Trey Armstrong will step up here. Armstrong has been on base once today, reached on an error in the second, flew out to center field in the third. Spartans are knocking on the door here again in the 5th inning after scoring a run in the first, a run in the second, 2 in each of the third and the fourth. And a called strike to Armstrong, 0-1. Trey hitting at .242 on the year. Now the 0-1. Called strike, 0-2. Trey, the sophomore, missed all of last season due to injury. But this year has been a major part of this lineup. Hit his first career home run in the opening game of the season. Takes that one down low. And the count goes to 1-2 on Armstrong. One, two. Tried to come inside with that two-seamer again. Might have missed a shade up and in as the count goes to 2-2. 2-2 pitch. 3-2, full count. The Spartans have one more game here at Lexington after today. They will face Trinity tomorrow. And then get on the bus and trek back up to Cleveland, Ohio, where it should be a balmy 35 degrees by the time the team gets home. 3-2. Outside ball four. Nice at bat there for Armstrong, who works out the walk. And there are 2 on, nobody out. And Hamill continuing to struggle a bit here, not his normal self. Now Cole Jarrett to the plate. Jarrett singled and reached on an error in his 2 trips to the plate. Takes down low, snap throw back to second. Not in time. Count goes to 1-0 on Jarrett. Jarrett hitting at .273. He's another guy who's starting to come into his own. The freshman out of Baltimore, Maryland. Squares to bunt, gets it down. Nice bunt down the first base side. It'll stay up on the grass and in fair territory. And the throw is into the runner, bounces off of the first baseman's glove, and safe at first base is Jarrett. So Jarrett reaches on the error. Won't go as an at-bat against him. As that was on a sacrifice bunt attempt. And now a ground ball over to first. First baseman will take it himself to the bag with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Neal will pick up an RBI on the ground out. And that is the first out of the inning. And it's now 7-0. I'll bring up Jacob Lott to the plate. Breaking ball catches the outside corner to Lott, who's now hitting a .265 on the season. 5th error of the game now for Western New England. Infield pulled in. They know they can't afford to give up much else. Ground ball. Hit to short. Throw comes home. It's in the dirt and skips away. And another runner comes in on the 6th error of the game. No RBI on the play. It's an unearned run. And it's now 8-0. So Rocco Ma now steps up. His team on top 8-0. Runners on the corners. 1 away. We saw Ma bunt in a run his last time up as the first pitch misses outside from Hamill. 1-0. In a similar situation, actually, to the last time. I think it was 1st and 3rd. Might have even been the same 2 runners out there. Actually, I think Neal was the runner at 3rd who scored on Ma's bunt the last time up. It's Jarrett out there now. As that ball sent in the air, right field. Tagging at 3rd is Jarrett. The catch is made. Jarrett's going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off. The relay throw not in time as Jarrett comes in standing up. And it's a sacrifice fly for Ma. Lott stays at first on the play. Second RBI of the day for Ma. It's an unearned run as well, and the score now 9-0 Case Western Reserve. So 2 outs now in the inning. Runner at first. And Jacob Ryan comes to the plate. Ryan has been a little bit jumpy at the plate since hitting that first inning home run. And a little bit more patient there. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Hitting at 346 on the season. The home run was his second of the year. Came in the first inning, gave Case Western Reserve a 1-0 lead. At the time, they now lead 9-0. Hits that in the air, center field, deep but playable. Fading back, reaching up, and making the catch on the run in center field is LeCaire. And that will be the final out of the inning, but the Spartans add on 3 more. On 1 hit, 2 errors, and a man left on. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up, 9-0. Case Western Reserve the lead when we come back. Welcome back once again. Is Case Western Reserve ahead 9-0. Velasquez at the plate takes a called first strike, swings and misses at strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count. Defensive change for the Spartans is Casey McConaughey will take over at first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was an outside curveball, and for the first time today, it's not in the dirt, and Tyler Wipazinski won't have to throw down to complete it from behind the plate. So Denovi gets the strikeout. He's had at least 1 in all 5 innings now and has 6 total through the first 4 1/3 innings of work. That pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0 to Harrison. Harrison struck out swinging his first time up. Now ahead in the count, 2-0, the designated hitter making his collegiate debut today. Denovi's 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Ground ball, third base side. Takes a hop and unable to field it is Kusha. The throw to first wouldn't have gotten him anyway. Nice job by Lott over at third base or at short to do something, but nothing to show for it. That goes an infield hit for Harrison. Kusha will be kicking himself a little bit for that one, but again, not an easy play to make there on a rocket to third base. So Kusha now shades in as he'll try to turn 2, although that one popped up first base side. Back to get it is McConaughey. And Johnson retired on the first pitch he sees. 2 gone in the inning now. So Harrison's base hit was the 3rd of the game for Western New England. Now the 9-hitter, Grignano, steps up with Harrison still on at first. And the pitch misses outside, 1-0. 71 pitches now for Denovi. His 72nd on the way. In the dirt for a ball, 2-0. Fastball. Called the ball. It's 3-0. Denovi in danger of walking his first hitter of the game here. Gets that one for a strike. 3-1. Sebi Grignano at the plate, a .250 hitter on the year. And excuse me, swing, grounds it over to second base. Ma there, throws on to first, and that'll end the inning. Another scoreless frame for Denovi, who gives up a hit but works around it. Sixth inning coming up, and the Spartans leading 9-0 over Western New England, and the heart of the order due up. Kusha, Wipazinski, and McConaughey when we return. Welcome back once again. As a new pitcher on the mound making his collegiate debut will be Brandon Cole. Cole, the freshman righty out of Southington, Connecticut, Southington High School, 5'9", 175 pounds, and it's about the extent we know of him so far. As he'll face the heart of this Case Western Reserve order and delivers a first pitch ball to Jacob Kusha, whose average is all the way up to 383 with a 3-for-3 performance today. Two and 0 now the count. Two and 0. First batter of the sixth with the Spartans leading 9-0. And that one swung on, grounded through for a base hit. Well, that time Kusha going the opposite way with it and singling through the right side. For Kusha, that's his fourth hit of the game. So he had a 5-for-5 game earlier on in the week against Roger Williams. and is now 4 for 4, still only in the 6th inning here against Western New England. Now Tyler Whippazinski, who's one of the few Spartans to not join the hit parade today, awaits the first pitch and fouls it off. Whip is grounded into a pair of double plays, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Granted, it was on a well-hit ball back in the first inning. Hit one up the middle that Leparco made a great play on. He struck out in the third and then grounded it back to the pitcher to start a 1-4-3 double play in the fourth. Rockets that one in the air, left field and deep, and it's over the head of the left fielder. So Whippazinski will get his first hit of the game. Kusha read it all the way. He rounds third and will come in to score without a throw. It's an RBI double for Whippazinski. And Case Western Reserve continues its streak of scoring every inning, as it's now 10-0. So 10-0 the score. And now Casey McConaughey will get his first at-bat of the day after coming in last inning as a replacement for Ben Stawicki. Remember, Stawicki led last inning off with a double in the fifth. Pulled into second a little awkwardly, and I think with a 9-0 lead at the time, Matt Englander said, you know what, let's let Ben rest up a little bit here and bring in Casey, who's a better defensive option at first base, and let him get some swings in. So Cole, who gives up a single and a double to start his collegiate career, starts McConaughey off with a ball down and in, 1-0. Casey hitting at 235 early on in his season. Outside, 2-0. McConaughey 4 for 17, 1 RBI. A double as well among his 4 hits. Here's the 2-0. Called strike, 2-1. Ground ball is short. Jumping over the top of it is Whippazinski. Good job by Leparco to stay with it as he throws on to first in time to get the out. Whippazinski moves up a bag to third base. And we'll bring up Trey Armstrong with a runner at third and 1 away. Western New England will sneak the infield in again here. Little bit surprised that they're playing with the infield in. With a 10-run deficit, as that misses low for ball 1, 1-0. 10-0, Case Western Reserve with the advantage. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Inside, and it hit him. So Armstrong plunked and will be on base. First and third now with 1 away. Cole Jarrett comes to the plate. And it looks like we'll get a pinch hitter here for Jarrett as Jacob Pestel will step in. So Pestel will pinch hit for Jarrett, who had reached base all 3 times he had been up. Twice on an error. He ended the day 1 for 2 with a sac bunt and a single. Pestel hitting at 214 on the season will be the hitter. The senior is 3 for 14 for the campaign. His 3 hits, all singles, has a run scored and an RBI. An RBI opportunity here for Pestel. With Armstrong at first, Whippazinski at third, and 1 away. This might be my favorite umpiring crew we've had so far. Sam Burgess and Am Pollard. Burgess behind the plate, Pollard out in the field. It's a called strike. I don't know if you caught in between pitches there as they are communicating with each other, making sure they know what their assignments are, which hitters or which bases have runners on them. It's fun to watch them work out there. The 0-1. That ball lifted in the air, left field, deep, should score a run. Left fielder settles underneath it, making the catch out there is LaCroix. Throw comes in, but Whippozinski will come in standing up. It's a sacrifice fly for Pestel, his second RBI of the season. And it's now an 11-run lead, 11-0, Case Western Reserve on top. So with 2 outs now, Samuel Neal will be the batter. Neal 1 for 3 on the day, with a double and a run scored in the 4th and an RBI ground out in the 5th. Hitting at .311 on the season, takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Cole trying to get through the inning without any further damage. 2 runs across already for the Spartans. Here's the 0-1. Up high, 1-1. Two and one. Gotta imagine we'll see Zanovi go as long as he can in this game, as the Spartans try to preserve some bullpen for their game against Trinity tomorrow. That one's scheduled for 10 a.m. In the air, foul and out of play, 2-2. Down low for a ball, 3-2 full count. If you're Case Western Reserve, you get this win here today, assuming they're able to hold on for the victory. If you can get one tomorrow, you go home with a 6-3 record. Again, that's not assumed by any means. Trinity is a good team, and this is a good Western New England team, certainly, with outs to work with. That'll be a called strike 3 with the runner going. But if you're the Spartans, you go in with a 6-3 record from this trip, potentially, and start figuring out how to piece together the rest of the season. They'll have to get through another couple innings here today. It's 11-0 the score. Case Western Reserve leading when we return. Welcome back once again. Case Western Reserve leading 11-0. Some defensive changes for the Spartans here. Jacob Pestel, who came into the game as a pinch hitter for Cole Jarrett, will stay in the game and play right. Nathan Shapiro will check into the game. He'll be hitting in the leadoff spot for Rocco Ma and play third base, and then Jacob Kusha shifts from third over to second. Nick DeNovi staying in on the mound. He'll begin his 6th inning of work. He's thrown 75 pitches and will start his 3rd trip through the order with Leparco, LeCaire, and Casella 1, 2, 3 in the lineup due up this inning. First pitch, Leparco fouls it off and the count goes to 0-1. Leparco now hitting at 167 on the year. Here's the 0-1 offering. Down in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. DeNovi has been very good, has struck out at least one batter every inning. 6 total strikeouts in the game. Ball hit high and out of play, 1-2. Let's see if he goes back to his old friend Uncle Charlie here with the count at 1-2. Fastball lined down the line and left and foul. So you can see DeNovi think wisely here, moving a bit away from the curve, although we'll see here what he comes to now, 1-2, but starting to mix it up a little bit with 2 strikes. Now he's ready. Got to imagine this will be the curve, 1-2. And that one swung on, was a fastball. Ground over to third. Nice stop by Shapiro. Throw to first. In time for the out. Nice play there by Shapiro, who just came in this inning as a defensive replacement. Ball always finds the new guy, and certainly did there. Dan Gomez yelling at the umpire from his dugout, I believe, the head coach for Western New England. Not happy with that call. As that one in the dirt, 1-0 to Eric LeCaire. LeCaire 0 for 2 in the game. A strikeout swinging and a fly out to center. On the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Inside corner, 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2 the count. Seen Western New England be a little bit more patient. Third time now through the order. There's the breaking ball, misses down and in. And the count now full, 3-2 on LeCaire with Casella out on deck. Three-two. Line drive, center field, Neal over, and he makes the catch. 2 gone. With 2 outs in the 6th. We'll bring Joe Casella to the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Just 3 hits in the game today for Western New England against the freshman Nick DeNovi. Curveball on the first pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. Little bit high, 2-1. Line drive towards the corner and right, diving and unable to make the catch is Pestel. Pestel almost got to that one. Would have been a fantastic catch out there, but it ticks off his glove and goes in as a double for Casella. And Casella comes up limping after getting to second base. And he is hurt, and it looks like Pestel down in right field as the trainer will go out and look at him. And so, completely unrelated, a couple players coming out worse for the wear on that one. It looks like Casella will get up as tough to tell if that's a twisted ankle or a pull of some sort. Nor do I necessarily want to hazard a guess at it here. And Pestle still being looked at in right. I'm not sure. First, I thought for Pestle it might have been. At first, for Pestle, I thought it was a wrist maybe when he dove, but now I'm thinking, based on the attention being paid to him, he might have conked his head as he dove for that one. And might have been getting some preliminary testing for a potential concussion, although he seems to be fine. A pinch runner comes in, and so Casella's day will be done after the double, as Zach Nussbaum will take over for Casella. And so he'll run here as Western New England trying to get on the board. Fourth hit of the game against Denovi. It came on his 90th pitch of the contest. Still no action in the Spartans bullpen, although it looks like someone's beginning to loosen up out there. Wouldn't be shocked if it was a Noah Murley type of day here, as he could get his feet a little bit wet in an 11-0 game and what would be just his second collegiate appearance on the mound. Breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1. To LaCroix, who has one of the 4 hits for Western New England, a single back in the 4th. The 0-1 from Denovi. Swing and a miss. That looked like the slider, and it's not a pitch that we've seen Denovi throw a ton. He's been working a bit more up and down with his breaking balls, using that curve, but that time I think threw a slider and got LaCroix to reach for it. Let's see what he comes with here, 0-2 after watching that swing. I think that was slider again, but he hung it a little. LaCroix couldn't take advantage, and the count stays at 0-2 as he fouls it back. There is someone warming up now in the bullpen for the Spartans as Denovi's pitch count climbing up to 93. Here's the 0-2. Line drive, right field. Pestle gets another chance, makes the grab, and the inning's over. So a double by Casella, but he's left stranded, or I should say Nussbaum, who pinch ran for him, is left stranded. And we will move into the 7th. Case Western Reserve with an 11-0 lead. They've scored at least a run in each inning so far today, and we'll try to do so again here in the 7th when we come back. Again, 11-0 Spartans with the advantage. Jacob Locke comes to the plate against a new pitcher and chops the first pitch he sees, foul down the line. 0-1. New pitcher on the mound is Jeremy Morris, the righty for Western New England. One of a few defensive changes here in the frame. Jamie Schofield takes over in right field. Taking over at first base is Nussbaum, Zach Nussbaum, who stays in the game. And then behind the plate, Jake Balderson, the catcher. Mentioned Morris, the new pitcher on the mound. It's a 1-1 count now on Lott at the plate. Make that 2-1. First appearance of the season for Morris. Line drive deep into right field. Schofield goes back, and again, the ball finds the new guy. He tracks that one down for the out, and there's one away. Nice opposite field ride on that one by Lott, but nothing to show for it. And back to the top of the order, and this will be Nathan Shapiro who gets his first at bat of the game. Morris is a senior out of Montrose, New York, Hendrick Hudson High School. 5'11", 175, delivers a first pitch strike to Shapiro, who is batting at .294 on the year. One home run for Shapiro came on Monday in the game at Oglethorpe, the first inning of that game, in fact. 1-1. Shapiro, a young freshman on this team, but one that will start to see some more time probably pretty soon here, as that one's fouled back 1-2. Talented hitter. We saw in the bottom of the sixth, he made a nice play at third base. Down and out for a ball, 2-2. If he does eventually become the third baseman for this team, he joins a pretty good line of players who have played that position previously. Go back to Chad Mullins. Andrew Gronsky for Case Western Reserve is a swing and a miss there. Strike 3. Shapiro down swinging. Now it's Jacob Kusha who's manned that position for the majority of the last 4 seasons. 2 quick outs here for Morris. And now Jake Ryan to the plate. Ryan, a home run in the first inning that got the game started on a positive note for the Spartans. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Hits that in the air, high into left field, but playable. Over to get it is LaCroix. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Very quick inning there for Morris, who needs just 10 pitches to get through the frame. We'll move along into the bottom of the 7th. First time today the Spartans have been held off the board. They'll take an 11-0 lead, though, into the bottom half of the 7th. It'll be Balderson, Schofield, and Harrison due up when we return. Seventh inning coming up, bottom of the seventh. The Spartans have controlled this one since the beginning and lead 11-0. Nick Denovi's day is done, and he'll turn the game over to Noah Murley, the junior out of Liberty Township, Ohio, St. Xavier High School. A 6'1", 180-pound junior, making his second career pitching appearance after playing as a position player for the majority of his career. Pitched 2 innings earlier in the week against Roger Williams, allowed 1 unearned run, didn't give up a hit, struck out 2, and didn't walk a batter in that 19-1 victory. That one was on Wednesday. So his second career appearance. First pitch to Balderston, misses down low, 1-0. Balderston catching, came into the game as a defensive replacement for Valeriano last inning. His first at bat of the season. Takes that up and in for a ball, 2-0. Balderston, a sophomore out of Hadley, Massachusetts. An excuse me swing, fouls it into the netting, and the count even, or I should say, goes to 2-1. We'll see how Murley fares in his second collegiate outing. Looked pretty good in the first one. That one taken up and in, 3-1. Foul tip back, 3-2, full count. Get you the final line here in just a second on Denovi. Checks his swing and takes it for ball 4. They'll check with the umpire there in the field, and Pollard said he held up. So Murley walks the leadoff hitter. Balderston is on. We'll bring up the right fielder, Jamie Schofield. First at bat of the game for Schofield, who came in last inning as a defensive replacement as well for Velasquez. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, 0-1. Schofield is 0 for 8 on the year. Checks his swing, takes it for a ball, 1-1. Final line on Denovi, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, as that one looped foul down the line and right. He struck out 6, didn't walk a batter through 94 pitches, and what is the best outing so far of his collegiate career. It's a 1-2 count now on Schofield with nobody out and a runner on at first. Murley back on the hill. Here's his 1-2 offering. Breaking ball a little low. Well, Murley, who had been watching from the dugout the game, maybe taking a bit of a lesson from Denovi there after seeing a lot of swings at pitches in the dirt from this Western New England team. That's up and out for a ball. Full count, 3-2. And up and out, ball 4. Well, maybe a situation here where Murley's trying to be a little bit too fine with some of his pitches, even a bit earlier in the count. As he walks the first 2 batters, he's not grossly wild in this game. It's just, again, maybe trying to hit the corners a little bit too much with an 11-0 lead. First pitch, swinging, is Harrison, who fouls it off, 0-1. Timeout called at the plate. Back-to-back walks to start the 7th. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, 0-2. So Murley quickly ahead in the count. Here's his 0-2 offering. Couldn't hold up. Strike 3 at the high fastball, and there's one gone. So Murley gets his first out of the game. One gone here in the 7th. Still 2 on. Batter will be the second baseman, Kevin Johnson. Johnson picked up his first hit of the season in the 3rd inning of the game. A base hit, one of just 4 allowed today by Spartan pitching. That one, ground ball hit to short. Nice play by Lott to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. The Spartans get 1. A good job to start the turn there, but unable to complete the double play on a ball hit deep in the hole. That's not a play that a lot of Division III shortstops will be able to even make close at first, but Lott can do that. He's so smooth at short. And so now with 2 gone, runners on the corners for Western New England. And the batter is Sebi Grignano. A .222 hitter on the year, 0 for 2 in the game today. Takes the first pitch, down and out for a ball, 1-0. Now the 1-0. Up high, 2-0. Three and 0. Well, certainly with an 11-run lead, Murley's got some breathing room to work with here, to say the least. But you don't want to go 3-0 on the 9-hitter in a lineup. Takes a little bit off of that and deposits it for a strike, 3-1. Leparco out on deck. Hoping to get a shot here in the 7th. 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Full count. Ball swung on, line drive, center field, drops in front of Neal for a base hit. That'll bring in a run, first of the game for Western New England on the single by Grignano. Balderston in to score. Johnson, who was running on the pitch, makes it all the way to 3rd. And it's now an 11-1 game. So the shutout broken up. Still men on the corners as Leparco takes a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Leparco hitting at 154. He was 0 for 3 in the game against Denovi. Curveball popped up. Noah Murley calls everyone off and makes the catch. Ben Shapiro sneaking in behind him, but Murley, who is, again, spent most of his career as either a first baseman or an outfielder, well accustomed to getting those pop-ups. So he makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Western New England gets on the board with a run on a hit and 2 walks. We will move into the 8th, and it's 11-1. Case Western Reserve leading. Few defensive changes here as Joe Weber takes over in right field. Sebi Grignano moves from third to second. Schofield will come in from right and play third base. Kevin Johnson out of the game. New pitcher on the mound as well will be Tyler Atchitz, who misses outside to Jacob Kusha with the first pitch. Kusha with 4 more hits in the game. He's 4 for 4, 2 runs scored and an RBI, hitting at .396. Checks his swing there and takes it for a strike. It's 0-1. Or 1-1, excuse me. So Kusha trying for his second 5-hit game in the last, what would it be, 4 days. Might get his average over 400 if he can get a base hit here. Hits that one in the air, deep towards center field, chasing the center fielder back, and it's in for a base hit. 5 hits for Kusha today. He'll pull into second with his second double, but it's his second 5-hit game in the last 4 days. How about that for Kusha? He is seeing it well right now. And so Kusha in scoring position to start the inning off. And now Nick Solito will be the batter. Have yourself a day, Jacob Kusha. He was 5 for 5 in the 19-1 win over Roger Williams on Wednesday. And 3 days later comes back with another 5 for 5 day. Down low for a ball to Solito. It's 1-0. We're in the top of the 8th inning. It's 11-1 Case Western Reserve leading. Swing and a miss by Solito, 1-1. Nick Solito came into the game as a defensive replacement in left field. So he'll get his first at bat of the game here, hitting in Tyler Wipazinski's spot in the order. Jake Ryan moved from left to catcher. The 1-1. 1-2. Fastball, letter high for the strike. Solito batting at .500 on the year. He's 2 for 4. 1-2 pitch. Line drive, center field, base hit. Kusha will stop at third, play some station-to-station baseball with a 10-run lead. But Nick Solito with the third hit of his collegiate career. He's now 3 for 5. And runners on the corners now with nobody out. So Casey McConaughey comes to the plate now against the Chats. McConaughey with his second at bat of the day. He grounded out to short his first time up. Down and in for a ball, 1-0. Ground ball hit towards second, backhanded nicely by Grignano to second for 1, on to first, double play. 4-6-3 turn. Kusha does come in to score a run, but no RBI for McConaughey on the double play. 2 outs in the inning now. It's 12-1, Spartans leading. And we will get another pinch hitter here, and it will be Sam Nally who will pinch hit for Trey Armstrong. So Nally looking for his first hit of his collegiate career. He is 0 for 2 so far, appearing in the third game this season. Sophomore has struck out twice. First pitch with 2 away and the base is empty. Called strike, 0-1. Inside, and it hit him. Nally hit by a pitch. And will be on base for the first time in his collegiate career. So Nally on at first. Jacob Pestel to the plate. His second at bat of the game. Pestel with a sacrifice fly his first time up. Drove in a run. So I guess not an official at bat his first time up, but his second plate appearance of the day for sure. First pitch from Pestel. Ground ball to short, should end the inning. Parco there, flips on to second. And that does end the frame. But the Spartans add on a run as Jacob Kusha leads the inning off with his fifth hit of the day, a double, and comes around to score. We'll move along into the bottom of the eighth. Case Western Reserve leading 12-1. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Western New England due up. LeCaire, Nussbaum, and LaCroix when we return. Welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for Case Western Reserve will be Tony Smodilla, who will make his second appearance of the season, both of them coming down here in Lexington, South Carolina. Smodilla, who is a sophomore out of Terre Haute, Indiana, Terre Haute North Vigo High School. 5'9", 180 pounds. In his first appearance, went 4 innings in relief of that 11-8 loss to Roger Williams and pitched fairly well, gave up just 1 hit. He did walk 5, struck out 2, allowed 2 runs. Opponents hitting .083 against him. If Smodilla could throw strikes, he could be very effective. And maybe now with some of those first outing jitters where he issued a handful of walks early on in that appearance, maybe now if he could get those out of the way, he can lock in here and be pretty effective. First pitch fastball, maybe a shade into LeCaire as the count goes to 1-0. Eric LeCaire, Zach Nussbaum, and Ben LaCroix due up. Ground ball hit up towards the middle, through for a base hit for LeCaire. So leadoff single for LeCaire to begin the eighth. It's 12-1, 12 runs on 14 hits, no errors for Case Western Reserve. 1 run, 6 hits, 6 errors for Western New England. Zach Nussbaum now to the plate with LeCaire on. First at bat for Nussbaum, who took over as a pinch runner after Joe Casella came up limping after a double in the last at bat. This ball ripped towards the gap in right center field and down for a base hit. Hits off the warning track, nestles up against the fence. Waved around third is LeCaire. He'll come in to score an RBI double for Nussbaum. And quickly a run scored here against Smodilla. It's now 12-2. Nussbaum pulls into second, so he's in scoring position. Still nobody out in the inning, and LaCroix to the plate. LaCroix hitting at .250 on the year. Little low, 1-0. Well, Smodilla came out throwing strikes today, but he's been hit early on. Now the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Understandably, Smodilla may be a little gun shy here. 2-0 offering from Smodilla. And unable to hold up is LaCroix, who swings and misses. 2-1. Chopper, first base side. Big hop from McConney, who flips onto a covering Smodilla for the out. And that is the first out of the inning. Nussbaum moves over to third base. And there's one away now. Jake Balderson to the plate with one out. Balderson walked and scored the first run of the game for Western New England last inning. Led off that seventh inning with a walk against Noah Murley. Pitches in the dirt, gets away. Rolls far enough away probably for the runner Nussbaum to advance and score, but in a situation where you need runs in the bunches, there's not much of a point here to try to take a risk on a play like that if you're at all unsure. 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. Smodilla rocks and delivers. Little bit high, 2-1. Fastball outside corner, 2-2. Infield back for the Spartans with a 10-run lead. They would gladly cede a run here to get that second out of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, called strike 3. Smodilla snuck the curve in the inside corner, and there are 2 gone. So Balderston down looking. And the batter now will be Jamie Schofield. Schofield walked in his last at-bat last inning, his first trip to the plate in the game. He lifts that one in the air, deep towards right field. Going back is Pestle on the warning track, reaches out and makes the grab. And that will end the inning. So Smodilla gives up a single and a double to start the frame, but works through the next 3 batters unscathed, and we move along into the 9th inning. 12-2 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. Neal, Lott, and Shapiro due up when we return. Ninth inning coming up for the Spartans in their penultimate game of play here at the Spartan Southern Classic in Lexington County Baseball Stadium. Trying to pick up their 4th win here in Lexington. Pardon me, their 3rd win here in Lexington would bring them to 3-3 with 1 game remaining against Trinity tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. eye opener for you tomorrow morning between the 2 teams. 12-2 the score as we begin the 9th. Case Western Reserve will send Neal, Lott, and Shapiro to the plate. Jacob Cusho, who is 5 for 5 on the day, due up 5th in the inning. New pitcher on the mound for Western New England. That'll be number 37, Andrew Foley. Foley making his season debut for the Golden Bears. Senior righty out of Wilbraham, Massachusetts. 6'2", 190 pounds, right-hander. And Sam Neal will lead things off here in the ninth. Neal 1 for 4 on the day. A double and an RBI along with a run scored. First pitch on the way to Neal. Big curveball there that broke inside, and it's 1-0 on Neal. Another bender that catches the outside corner. 1-1. One on the way. Outside corner, 1-2. One-two pitch. Neal pops it up, foul territory. Will it stay in play? It will not. Clanged off of the fence or the netting there. 1-2 still on Sam Neal. (12-2) the score. It has been all Case Western Reserve from the start of this one. Led by as many as 11 in the game. The 1-2 pitch. And it hit him. And he will get the base. Came up and in, hits Neal. And he is a leadoff base runner for the Spartans here in the ninth. Now Jacob Lott to the plate. Lott 1 for 4 in the game and hitting at .255. Ground out, a single, a fielder's choice, and a fly out for Lott. Looking for his second hit of the game here. Curveball lifted in the air, shallow center. LeCaire started back initially, now comes in and makes the catch for the out. One gone. So now it's Nathan Shapiro for his second at bat of the day. The third baseman 0 for 1 since checking into the game for Rocco Ma back in the 7th. .278 hitter on the year, 1 home run. Takes the breaking ball down and out, 1-0. Shapiro in a good spot right now where he has an opportunity to ease into the lineup, learn from some really good older players. It's a called strike, 1-1. Some of the guys who are seniors now were forced right into that Case Western Reserve lineup. Remember, Rocco Ma is shortstop his freshman year. Right into that lineup. Same thing with Jacob Kushu, who played second and third. Whippazinski was catching right away. Shapiro fights that one off for Shapiro. It's a little bit of a different story with some of these guys in front of him, and he's talented enough that he's going to find some time in the lineup, but really he could sit back this year, not have a lot of pressure on him to produce, and then next year potentially be ready to step into a starting role at third base. Curveball hit him. Got away again from Foley. It's the second hit batter of the inning. And so 2 on now with 1 away for Jake Ryan. Ryan must have been anticipating the double play. He had the catcher's gear on still. Meanwhile, Jacob Kusha now maybe will get a chance to hit here. He's on deck. And again, working on a 5-for-5 day. Ryan at the plate, hitting at .333. He has one hit on 5 at-bats, a solo home run in the first inning, his second of the season. He had a 6-for-6 day the other day. Ryan takes that up high for a ball, 1-0. Two on. One away. Ryan at the plate awaits the pitch from Foley. Called a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Neal on at second. Shapiro at first. Ryan lifts that one down the line and right, tailing foul, and will get down just about a foot in foul territory down that line. Almost came close to dropping a little bloop hit in there. But it tails just foul, and the count now 1-2 on Ryan. Jake really establishing himself as one of the hitters you have to watch out for on this Case Western Reserve team. Tremendous opposite field power. Good contact hitter. Pops it up high behind home plate. Another chance here for the catcher, and making the grab will be the catcher, Balderston, for the out. So 2 gone. And now Jacob Kusha will step to the plate, now hitting a .408 on the season and is 5-for-5 in the game today with 3 singles and 2 doubles. Trying to become the second Spartan in the last 4 days to pick up a 6-hit game, matching a school record. Jake Ryan did it in that 19-1 win the other day against Roger Williams. Kusha was 5-for-5 in that game and is 5-for-5 again today. First pitch. Kusha takes the breaking ball down and out, 1-0. 2 outs, 2 on. See if Kusha can put an exclamation point on his game. The 1-0. Breaking ball inside. 2-0. Now the 2-0. Fastball fouled off. 2-1. You know Kusha wants to take some cuts here. The 5-for-5 game going on. Chance to pick up his 6th hit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt for a ball. Blocked nicely by Balderston as the count goes to 3-1. See how aggressive Kusha gets here. If he's looking for that 6th hit. 3-1 count, 2 away, 2 on, in a 12-2 game. Kusha will step out. (3-1). Down low, ball 4. Kusha draws the walk, so he's on base for the 6th time today. And the 2nd time in the last 4 games he's gone 5-for-5 with a walk and 5 singles. Or 5 hits, I should say. And now the batter at the plate is Nick Solito, the freshman with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Solito 1-for-1 today, hitting at .600 on the year, 3-for-5. Had a base hit back in the 8th after coming into the game. Takes it down low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Curveball for a called strike, 1-1. Solito, the freshman out of Smithtown, New York, out on Long Island. The 1-1. That one hit in the air, high and deep to left field. Should be playable, though. Over to get it is LaCroix, and he makes the catch. That will end the inning. The Spartans leave the bases loaded and fail to score here in the 9th. But they have a 10-run lead as we move into the bottom of the 9th inning. It will be the bottom of the order due up for Western New England. Harrison, Weber, and Grignano due up in the 9th. Last chance for the Golden Bears when we return. Bottom of the order for Western New England. It's a 12-2 lead for Case Western Reserve. Tony Smodilla, in his second inning of work, deals a first pitch strike, and the count goes to 0-1 on Harrison, one of the few starters left in the game here for Western New England. He's 1 for 3 on the day and takes the second pitch for a strike as well. 0-2. Struck out swinging his last at bat. His first time today facing Smodilla, who seems to have settled in. Now readies, rocks, deals, and delivers his 0-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air, fouling out of play. Count stays at 0-2. Harrison, Weber, and Grignano due up. We'll see if there are any changes to either of those three, although it does look like Weber is out on deck. Up high, 1-2. Well, a veteran lefty starting today for Western New England, Bob Hamill. As a swing and a miss, ball is between Ryan's legs. He has to throw to first. It goes off the back of the runner, and let's see if they call him for, let's see if they give him the base. They do. So it'll go as a strikeout swinging, and it's got to be an error on the catcher on the throw, allowing the runner to reach. But for a second, they might call him for not running in the lane, but that would have been an awfully soft call there. And I think the right call to give Harrison first base. So the leadoff runner on, despite the strikeout from Smodilla. And now Weber swings and misses at the pitch, 0-1. So I was saying, Bob Hamill, the lefty, senior, an 0.69 ERA through 13 innings this season, got the start for Western New England, and after the Spartans were held scoreless yesterday, their bats erupted early on in this one. Scored a run in each of the first 6 innings, or at least a run, I should say, in each of the first 6 innings. And appear to be on their way to a victory here, barring a late inning collapse, and it would take just that, a pretty big collapse here. 2-1 count. Up and out, 3-1. Weber's first at bat of the game came in as a defensive replacement. Looking for his first hit of the season. Weber is 0 for 7. Ground ball, chopper hit towards second. Kusha has it, fields on a big hop, and wisely takes the easy play over at first to get the out. Moving up to second on the play is Harrison, and no reason to force the issue at second base there. If you're Kusha with a 10-run lead, get the easy out at first. Take him where you could get him, and now there's one gone, and we'll get a pinch hitter here. Mackenzie Palmer will be the pinch hitter for Grignano. Palmer getting his first at bat of the season. Swings and wastes little time, chopping the first pitch foul, 0-1. Palmer, a sophomore, lefty out of Princeton Junction, New Jersey. Ground ball hit hard through the hole and into right field for a base hit. Pestel overruns it. We'll settle back in. Actually, that's Salido out there who fires it in. It appears Salido and Pestel switched positions, so Salido now in right, Pestel in left. Salido overrunning that one doesn't cost him, but it goes as a base hit through the right side of the infield. First and third now with one out. Back to the top of the order now. Alex Leparco to the plate. Leparco is 0 for 4 today. Heading the count 0-1, or 1-0, I should say. Line drive, back to the second baseman for one. Kusha on to first, double play, and fitting that after yesterday's game ended in a line drive double play. That's how today's game ends. Line drive 4-3 double play turned, and the Spartans, with a response after falling yesterday 2-0, erupt for 12 runs on 14 hits today and pick up a 12-2 victory. The Spartans improved to 7-6 on the year. Western New England drops to 2-2. The winning pitcher is Nick Denovi, now 2-1 on the season. No save in the game, and the losing pitcher is Bob Hamill, who falls to 0-1. Today's game lasted 2 hours and 38 minutes. And attendance here was 115 for the ball game. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us. The Spartan Southern Classic for Case Western Reserve will wrap up tomorrow. And we'll catch you at 10 a.m. when the Spartans take on Trinity College. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. We will talk to you tomorrow. Final score once again, 12-2. Case Western Reserve with the win.